Hello friends, and welcome to day 6. We are taking it nice and easy today and keeping it nice and light because number one, I don't want another 25-minute video to go up on the channel, and number two, my album is so textured and dimensional from the last 2 days that we're keeping today relatively flat. Now, I say relatively because this is me we're talking about, and I can't just like take it super easy, but so here's my story. Joshua and I went to see Frozen today, Frozen 2, and you guys, if you haven't seen Frozen yet, I need you to go and fix that immediately because it was so, oh my god, it was so good. It was literally like I don't even know if I have words for, I'm still processing emotions. So I have this photo that I took while we were in the theater of us, and it was really dark and grainy, so I printed it black and white. And there were no like promotional materials for the movie in the theater. So I just downloaded this one and I again printed it in black and white. And my thought process is to put it in the pocket and lay this on the outside with the 6. And then I have my journaling and I have a few ideas for what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna start working instead of like babbling about all my things and keep going, and then we'll figure it out together. The other thing I did was this is a confetti punch from EK Tools. It's one of my favorite things because you have all these small circles. And I punched out some red vellum to make confetti. And then I have some stars. And I'm going to make a shaker pocket. This was, while I was in the movie, I kept pulling out my phone and like typing out quotes from the things that they were saying that I thought were really great. So this is something Olaf said, and it said, "Did you know that an enchanted forest is a place for transformation?" I have no idea what that means, but I can't wait to see what it does to each one of us. And I thought that was just, oh, that movie was so good. Guys, it was just, please go see Frozen. Even if you aren't a Disney fan and you aren't a musical fan, go see Frozen. This is too big. I gotta trim this down. So this started as a two 4x6 pockets, and I literally just fused it so that they fit 2 4x4s. I thought I need a new blade on my trimmer. I thought I had something that would fit. Oh, I'm literally ruining this vellum. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut this because I'm ruining this vellum. I thought I had pockets that would fit that, but I don't. So I literally just chopped it up and fused it. And I am mangling this vellum because the blades on my paper trimmer are horrible. So hopefully it won't look too bad once it's in the pocket and smoothed out. So let's see. Yeah, so you can kind of tell that I mangled the vellum. I might actually just trim a little bit more of it off. If I could find, here it is. I'll find it. Okay. So I'm going to do my best to keep today really, really short and easy. As much as people say they love the longer videos, these videos are really long sometimes. So I'm going to try to keep it nice and quick. So I'm neatening up the edge of my vellum, and I'm just doing this on both sides so my text still stays kind of centered. I'm really just eyeballing it, but yeah, now I have that nice neat edge. So that's going to go in here. Okay, perfect. Actually, I gotta take a little bit off the top because I need to fuse it shut. All right, so let's do that. Okay, perfect. Oh, and you guys, thank you so much once again. I know I say this every day, but thank you so much for the comments you guys leave on my video. And so many of you have actually started DMing me on Instagram, which again, I love because I love talking to you guys and I love talking about memory keeping. And so I know day 5 is over and my gratitude story is over, but I'm still grateful for each and every one of you and for every one of you that come back every single day and like do your best to make me feel valued and appreciated. Thank you so much. Okay, so here we go. So I have my vellum. I'm gonna go ahead and put my confetti in here. And then, like I said, this is just some circles. Actually, I think I'm going to take some of these bigger ones out and just stick to the small ones. So I wrote my journaling about the movie while I was still in the movie theater. Joshua has this thing about staying in the movies up until the very end of the credits is over. He says it's his way of like honoring the filmmakers, and I just go along for the ride because I'm not going to leave him. We live together. So we were sitting in the movie waiting for the credits to be over so we could leave. And I literally wrote my journaling while I was sitting there. I don't even know if I have words for how good this movie was. I cried like a baby, like legit snotty, full-on tears crying. And I can't, the last movie that made me cry, like the last Disney movie that made me cry like that was Lilo and Stitch. And Lilo and Stitch makes me cry every single time. So I was not prepared. Actually, that's not true. The last movie that made me ugly cry like that was Moana. I like full-on ugly cried when Moana came out. And then there wasn't anything else that got me in the feels. And then this came out and I was just wrecked. So my fuse tool is still on and hot. So I'm just going to fuse this shut and be done with it. There we go. Perfect. So while we were on the train ride home, Joshua and I were talking and we were trying to figure out our top 5 Disney movies. And so my top 5 right now, Frozen 2 is definitely up there. And I think I'd have to put Moana up there. And oh my God, Big Hero 6 is definitely on my top 5 list. I don't know if you've seen Big Hero 6, but that is a great movie. We were convinced, Joshua and I loved it so much, we were convinced it was a Pixar movie because we were like, there's no way Disney could make something that amazing. And it's actually a Disney movie, not a Pixar movie. So Big Hero 6 and Lilo and Stitch, like I said, and The Little Mermaid, because I have a soft spot for The Little Mermaid. So that's how that's gonna go. So I have my photos nice and simple for now, because after this it's gonna get a little wonky. So here's some other stuff I'm doing. Allie had talked in the products play class about ephemera, about getting the bits and pieces of your life. So after the movie, we went out for ice cream. We went to Van Leeuwen, which is a really popular ice cream parlor in Brooklyn. And we got ice cream. So I took one of the postcards, I guess is what this is called. And I brought it home and I cut it down to 4x4. And this is a tag that I cut down. It's like one of those 4x8 tags. I cut the 4x8 tag down to 4x4 so it fits in one of these pockets. And what I wanted to do was have the flyer for the ice cream on this side, and I'm going to just attach the tickets from our movie. How do I want to do this? I guess I should just glue it down because it's going in a pocket. Yeah, I'm gonna glue it down. And I'm putting it in the pocket because I want them to be protected. Like the paper that these tickets are printed on are not designed to be mangled and flipped through and everything else. So I'm putting them in a pocket. So there we go. And then I'm just going to re-punch this hole. And I don't know where my power punch is, so I'm gonna have to use my crocodile, even though the holes on this aren't as large. So that's not the best, but it'll do. Yeah, so you can still see the pink, but that doesn't bother me too much. And then I'm gonna thread a piece of ribbon through it. Okay. Okay, so that is one of the tags. Well, it would be if I could get it together. And now I'm just gonna continue to fuss with this until I get it. Ha! I am victorious. Okay, so that's one of the tags, and I'm just gonna take this extra bit off. And this is just some trim I got from Michael's for a few dollars. It was pretty cheap trim. Okay, so here's how this is gonna go. This is going to go in here for now. The amount of stuff I'm gonna fit in this tiny pocket, it's just, you guys, this is me we're talking about. I cannot help myself. And then on the back side, I have a photo of our ice cream, and I'm just gonna put this chipboard that says peace and joy on it. Kind of centered. So Van Leeuwen has these like really fancy ice cream flavors. So I had, this is too big, so I'm gonna have to trim this down. I had a scoop of Earl Grey and a scoop of their holiday peppermint, so it tasted just like peppermint tea. And then Joshua had also a scoop of their Earl Grey, but then he had a scoop of honeycomb. And the ice cream at Van Leeuwen is amazing. I know they have some, I think they said they had some in LA, they have some in other locations, but the ice cream at Van Leeuwen is so good. Okay, so there we go. So that's how that looks. That's how that's gonna stay. So this is gonna be the back side. Because day 7 is gonna start with a really fun transparency that you've seen sneak peeks of every time I flip through it. So this is the back side. This is all protected. And here's where things are gonna get interesting. Because the idea I had for my journaling was to hide it, and I was gonna do a tag in reverse. So the first thing I need to do is cut this down. Well, I would cut it down if my blade literally didn't go somersaulting across my living room. So I'm gonna have to use my guillotine because my blade ran away. Actually, never mind. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my blade. Back. And so I found my blade and I cut this down, and I also cut this down, and I have this, which you know what that means. That means I'm doing a flip up. So my plan is to actually have my tag go in there upside down, and then, so it's gonna be like this, and then have my journaling like this. And I left white space at the top because I want to do some stamping, just as I think it'd be fun, since there's not much dimension or anything going on, to add some stamping. And I'm going to add a little piece of this down here, since I don't need the back side of it. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do that now. Just put that down. Okay. All right, so, oh my God, I lost my blade again. Where is it going? I cannot like see, the blade on my trimmer must hate me because it keeps trying to escape. I don't know what I did to it that it keeps trying to get away from me, but it's trying to escape. Okay, so I added that there. And then I have this stamp from the Inner Creative Bubble Kit and Feed Your Craft. And I thought it'd be fun to do some repeat stamping with this one that says Little Holiday Joys. So I'm probably going to do this off camera so you guys don't laugh at how terrible my stamping is. I am not, like I look at card makers who do these like crazy things with stamps. That is not me by any stretch of the imagination. I know where my gifts lie, and stamping's not one of them. So I'm going to, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my cats have found a bell. So if you hear random ringing in the background, it's the cats being menaces as usual. Okay, so I'm trying to find something to cover my craft mat with, but I might just go with it. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to tape this down because this is a straight edge and I need a straight edge to do this. And then I am going to mask the top of my journaling. And the reason I'm masking it is because I want to do like half stamping. I don't even know if that's straight. This is what I get for trying to do interesting things. I should have just, okay. I don't think that's straight. All right, let's try this again. Okay, friends, so we're back. So I did finish my stamping. I ended up only needing 3 colors instead of the 4 colors. There just wasn't room for the green. So that is how it looks. So I have the pink, the red, and the blue, and it actually worked out really nicely. It would have been better if I didn't screw it up and put that masking tape because it didn't work. But I guess that's what scrapbooking looks like. And if I liked stamping, I might have attempted to do it again, but I hate stamping. It's not my thing. I really struggle with it, and I keep buying stamps in the hopes that I'll fall in love with stamping. And people do such good things with stamping, and I'm just like, I wish I could do that, and I can't. It's just, that's fine. Everybody has their gifts and their talents, and I know where mine are. And I pretend that I can stamp. So I'm going to make my flip up, which you guys have seen me do a few times by now. I do them the same way every single time with a little bit of cardstock. And did I not tape this? Okay, so here it is. And then I'm going to attach my flip. And then I'll read you my journaling about the movie, which again was wonderful. And if you haven't seen it yet, go get that taken care of because that movie was great. Like, guys, when I tell you I was like seriously crying, first of all, we went to see it at like 6 o'clock. So I expected there to be like no children. And there were a ridiculous amount of children. And I was like, isn't it past all these kids' bedtimes? How are they here watching a movie this late? But everybody was cheering. And that's part of why I love seeing a movie opening weekend. There's like such camaraderie. So everybody was cheering and everybody was celebrating. And it was such good fun. It really was. Okay, so here's my journaling. Oh, also, here's how that looks.
Here's the contact information for Cherry.
Siri, no one was talking to you. Okay, so here's how this is gonna look. So this is gonna go here and it's gonna open up like this. So it says, Dear Frozen 2, you are so good. Last time we met, Anna was saving Elsa from herself and dismantling all the Disney tropes that were building blocks of my childhood, brick by boring brick. And screw you, Love at First Sight and Prince Charming and Magic First Kisses and Castles Far, Far Away. None of that ever pans out anyway. And I left the theater singing Let It Go at the top of my lungs, glorying in my feminine empowerment and my ability to take back my own story. So high expectations and big shoes for you to fill, and by gosh, you did not disappoint. And you guys, before I keep going, there are no spoilers in my journaling. So if you haven't seen Frozen and you plan on seeing it, I don't spoil it for you, so you can still go see it, I promise. Okay, so it keeps going. With the exception of the super awesome ice powers and riding a magical horse underwater and the queendom and the blonde hair and everything else that makes her wonderful, Elsa could be me. Called to something greater, something stronger, something scary, but powerless to ignore it. With the exception of the voice of an angel and the perfect comedic timing and the most perfect set of freckles and the love of a magic snowman, Anna could be me. Desperate to hold on to those around her, loving past the point of sense and self-preservation, and loyal almost to a fault. I watched and I cried, and I laughed and I cried and I cried. Seriously, I went through a whole pack of tissues over those women that I saw the best and worst parts of me reflected back at me, and I cannot believe how amazing you were, how you dragged emotions out of me, how a movie designed for children could be so profound and transformative and light and magic and good. Poppy told Elsa and Anna at a point where one could see no future, all one can do is the next right thing. And doing the next right thing is hard and lonely and painful. But if Elsa and Anna can do it and find love and grace and transformation at the end of it, I can only hope to do the same. So thanks for the music and the light show and the feels and his hand in mine and the brightest Friday night in a long time. I imagine you and I will run into each other again real soon. And yeah, we're running into each other real soon because I'm planning on seeing Frozen again as soon as Josh was willing to go with me. Like, I need to see it again. So here's how that's going to live in its pocket. So it's going to be like this. And then to get the ephemera, you just pull out like that. Like, that looks really good. So I'm going to, again, use the small hole punch because I can't find my power punch. And why would I know where my supplies are? Like, that would just make too much sense. And put the ribbon in it. And the ribbon, again, is just to remind myself that there's something underneath and something to flip up. So I'm going to do this again and hopefully be a little bit more successful than I was the first time. Ah, okay, that worked much better this time. Trim that excess off. Okay, and then just for some added embellishment, I had these giant red chipboard stars out, and I think I might just put a star right here. So I'm going to put a star down, and actually I'm going to take the chipboard off because I said I wasn't going to have a lot of dimension today, and I still ended up with a fair amount because of the flip. And the flip is standing straight up right now, but once it gets in the album and it like lays flat for a little bit, it won't do that anymore. So I'm gonna center that star and I'll look for a sentiment. I like this one that says gathering together. So I'm gonna take this, and again, I'm gonna use some glue because with glitter anything, glitter paper, glitter chipboard, regular adhesives just don't hold up. And I'm, again, ripping off the extra chipboard because I just want the sentiment, not the dimension. And the star works because I have stars in my shaker pocket. So the star works really well. Okay. So that's this side. Again, I'm keeping today really low key and pretty easy just because the last few days have just been a lot and they're super dimensional. And today I thought it would be fun to just, you know, take a break. So I have my fun shaker. That is not stuck down yet. I probably shouldn't be moving it so much. So I have my fun shaker. I have this. And then all that's left to do is adhere my tag. So here's how this page looks together. And then when you open it, here's the journaling. And then when you flip it, here's just some picture of our ice cream. So I'm going to use red line tape to adhere this down. And then I'll come back when everything's all glued together. Okay, friends, so I'm back. Everything is adhered down. To get it in the album, I don't know if you noticed, but I trimmed. So one of my subscribers, you guys are wonderful humans, by the way, and you guys are super crafty. When I forgot what page it was. Oh, for day 3, when I had to adhere it down to a single page photo, she gave me the idea of just chopping off this piece that has the holes and then going back to back. So here is day 5, and my mini album is currently not in it because it is humongous and it is distorting all my pages. So it's just living next to the album for now. So what I did was I literally glued the page protector directly to this and then punched holes. Now my holes go through the photo a little bit. So you'll see the holes go through the photos a little bit, but I don't mind that. And then I still have my tag, I have my number, I have my tag and tag here, I have my vellum shaker, I have my journaling, and then I have the ice cream. And I said that I was gonna go for a flatter, less dimensional page today, and clearly I do not know how to not do dimension. So maybe that might be something I challenge myself to do, which is like not use a single thing that is raised. So I have a rubber tag, and then I have a chipboard number, and I have chipboard, and I have literally 3 things in here, making this page extra thick. But I do love that I have the movie tickets and the ice cream postcard. I like having that there. And then I have this picture with more chipboard. So that's it for day 6, you guys. Again, I tried to keep it really clean and simple and short and sweet today. I'm using this for day 7 tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys about how I made this tomorrow when I share my day 7 story. But I thought it'd be fun to have like not a full length page, so you can kind of see a peek through of everything else. And I like varying sizes and everything else in my album. So again, that's it for day 6. Thank you as always for hanging out with me. I know so many of you have told me that like this is becoming a bit of your routine, like checking out my videos and seeing what I was up to the night before. And that makes me, you guys, like as much as you enjoy watching the videos, reading your comments and everything else and seeing how you guys react to it, it makes me so happy. Like I'm so glad that you are enjoying what I'm sharing. Also, while I have you, so many of you are starting to write letters in your December daily and you're documenting and are sending them to me and tagging me in them. First of all, number 1, please keep doing that because I love it. And number 2, I'm so glad that you guys are attempting that method of documenting and you guys are loving it, because this gets me to get so many like words and thoughts and feelings on the page, and I think you guys are starting to feel the same way, and that makes me super happy. So again, that's it for day 6. I'm going to stop babbling now. Joshua and I are going to go eat dinner, and then we're going to spend the rest of the night taking it easy. So until I see you tomorrow on day 7, happy December. Until next time, keep it crafty, friends, and have the best day.